Hello, everyone. Welcome. My name is Douglas Allen. I'm a member of the League of Women Voters of Ann Arbor. This year, the League of Women Voters is celebrating 100 years of expanding voter rights, educating voters, and shaping and influencing legislation at local, state, and national levels. The League works to increase understanding of major public policy issues and seeks to strengthen and broaden knowledge about our form of government and democracy. While the League is nonpartisan and does not support candidates or parties, we do take stands on issues we have studied. One of the League's most important goals is to assist voters in making informed choices at the polls, and thus we bring you tonight's program. I welcome you to our Zoom Meet the Candidate event for the Washtenaw County Board of Commissioners, District 3. 2 candidates will be on the ballot for this position in the general election on Tuesday, November 3rd. Each candidate was invited to participate in tonight's event. However, Republican Ken Siler, had some technological difficulties and won't be attending tonight. So we do have, fortunately, Democratic Shannon Beeman participating tonight. Thank you, Shannon, for availing yourself for this Zoom meeting. The changed format, instead of doing the questions and answers for both candidates, however, will include now a 1.5 minute introduction followed by a 3-minute opportunity to highlight issues that you feel, Ms. Beeman, are facing the Washtenaw County Board of Commissioners for your district. The timer will be alerting you when you've got about 30 seconds left. And then at the end of 30 seconds, you'll see a little sign that says stop. So without further ado, if you would like to, Ms. Beeman, please do your introductory statement.
Thank you. Thank you so much to the League of Women Voters for this opportunity. I truly appreciate it. I'm current county commissioner for District 3. I was elected in 2018 and I'm proud to serve the southwestern corner of Washtenaw County. My background is in business, economic development, and higher education. I currently serve as the Associate Director at our Entrepreneurial Institute at the Ross School of Business at the University of Michigan. My background includes working with Main Street businesses through the Small Business Development Center, which is an arm of the Small Business Administration. I've also worked with large global corporations like Toyota and Forcia in a role that I held with Ann Arbor Spark. So attraction and retention is also in my background. I've truly dedicated my career to the growth and health of our local economy. In addition to this work, I'm also a part-time instructor at Washtenaw Community College. I have 2 beautiful children, one in kindergarten. Thank you, all of our teachers. I have a husband, John, and we've lived in the Manchester area for the last 15 years. I love to give my time back to my community and do so in many different ways. And I'm, again, very honored to serve as your county commissioner.
Thank you so much for those introductory comments. If you wouldn't mind spending 3 minutes talking about some issues that you feel like are very important for you and that you'd like to tackle in your next term, hopefully if you get elected.
Yes, thank you so much. There are 2 issues and they're truly intertwined. So one, obviously, with my background is business retention, business attraction, business growth, our economy, jobs. And the other is broadband internet. And these 2 really intersect. We were thankful to have the full support of the board to be able to do our broadband survey earlier this year. It was kismet or destiny prior to a global pandemic to truly gauge and measure how much broadband impacts, especially the southwest corner of Washtenaw County. Over 60% of our families do not have access to broadband internet. And what that means is a 25 megabit download and a 3 megabit upload. Now that we're all working from home, schooling from home, going to the doctor, ordering our groceries, this issue is bigger than ever. 70% of the students in Manchester, where I live, are underserved via broadband. So for teachers, it's really difficult. Where this intersects with business is the growth of business and the development of business. Right now, so many of our workers are given the option to work from home, but that's not possible if you don't have broadband access. It's not possible to drive to your library parking lot, your McDonald's parking lot, what have you, to try and sit there and work for 8 hours a day, let alone educate your children. So we have many who may lose their jobs just due to lack of internet access, lack of being able to report into their employer every day. On the flip side, you have businesses that need those employees. They need that talent. They need to be able to grow and expand. As crazy as that sounds, in this area that we're in right now of COVID-19, there are businesses and organizations that are still healthy and still growing and still pivoting and moving. And they do need that great talent. And when you don't have the access to have them work remotely, you're limiting, again, your pool of talent. And those businesses, if they can't find it here, they're going to go elsewhere. They're either going to hire people from out of state or even move their business out of state to an area that has greater capacity, access to broadband. When I was with Ann Arbor Spark, we would do attraction projects and we would bring companies in. And that would be one of their first questions was, okay, this is great. Tell me about the internet. And that would be a huge flaw, a huge issue. And when we've lost manufacturing as well as other industries, especially in the Southwest corner, it's very defeating to not be able to grow in that way through an infrastructure that can be added, that can really benefit our community.
Thanks so much.
My name is Dishon, and I'm a member of the League of Women Voters of the Ann Arbor area, serving all of Washtenaw County. We welcome you to our Zoom Meet the Candidate event for the Washtenaw County Board of Commissioners, District 3. 2 candidates will be on the ballot for this position in the general election on Tuesday, November 3rd. This year, the League of Women Voters is celebrating 100 years of expanding voter rights, educating voters, and shaping and influencing legislation at local, state, and national levels. And we are pleased to sponsor these programs. The League works to increase understanding of major public policy issues and seeks to strengthen and broaden knowledge about our form of government and democracy. While the League is nonpartisan and does not support candidates or parties, we do take stands on issues we have studied. And one of the League's most important goals is to assist voters in making informed choices at the polls. And thus we bring you tonight's program. Each candidate was invited to participate in last night's event. But because of technical difficulties, only Democrat Shannon Beeman was able to participate. So the League is allowing the other candidate, Republican Kenny Siler, to participate in this new format. The changed format includes a 1.5-minute introduction, followed by a 3-minute opportunity to highlight the issues facing the Washtenaw County Board of Commissioners, District 3. I will alert the speaker when his allotted time is up for each segment. And it is now my pleasure to introduce Kenny Siler. Mr. Siler, you may now begin your introduction.
Okay, thank you very much, Dee. I have submitted paperwork before with my background information, and I am 83 years old. I live on Pleasant Lake Road in Freedom Township on a farm. I have a farm that is still operating and has been for 40 years here. And I participate, of course, with the Republican Party and was encouraged to run for this position. And that's really why I'm here. So I did sign up. I won the primary against another candidate, and I think everything came out pretty well there. So now we will see how people want to vote. I have a family of 2 daughters and 2 sons and 6 grandsons. I live alone on my farm right at this time. My professional career was with Ford Motor Company as a mechanical engineer. And I have a non-professional relationship with the Michigan Farm Bureau, where I have had most of my experience with legislation and government. And that is why I am interested in running for the District 3 Commissioner spot, is to advocate.
That's all right, sir. Go ahead and finish your sentence.
To just advocate advocate for the agricultural issues really that affect the Washtenaw County, which has a lot of farmers still. And that's basically the reason. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now we're ready to hear more about the issues that you consider important regarding the Washtenaw County Board of Commissioners, District 3, and concerns of your constituents. So you'll have 3 minutes for that. And again, I'll give the 30-second warning and then the stop warning, okay? Please go ahead.
Okay, my opinion of the duties of the Board of Commissioners are to manage the conditions of finance and taxation within Washtenaw County. That is what I think they're supposed to do. And as such, I would appreciate the opportunity to participate in their resolutions for where they spend their money and how they spend their money and how they exist with extra money other than what comes from the state. Now, maybe that's not very accurate, but that's my position about what the Board of Commissioners is supposed to do. And one of the problems that we have had in the neighborhood of Washtenaw County, especially in the District 3 areas, is little discrepancies between township ordinances and what the people want to do and how they can do that. And so I would work very much. I tried to turn that off. That's my telephone ring. Okay. Now I got rid of my telephone so I can finish what I wanted to say.
Please.
There are things that happen within the townships that are affected by the things that the commissioners do in the way of 4-H programs, livestock programs, farming programs, that sort of thing. I formerly worked with the Board of Commissioners and served on what they call the Washtenaw Food Policy Council as the rural agricultural representative. I've not done that for a couple of years now, but that's been my experience. I've had a lot of experience with 4-H programs through the Washtenaw Farm Council and their youth shows. I've had a lot of experience with product planning, project planning, all sorts of technical issues, and I think I would be a good fit to be on the Board of Commissioners. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Siler. Really appreciate you joining us here today and participating in this Meet the Candidate Forum. All of our candidate forums will be available for streaming on your computer or your smartphone. Go to our website, lwvannarbor.org, and look for the link to the programs. In addition, the forums can be viewed on Community Television Network. And please urge your friends and neighbors to watch these forums too, so that we can all be equally informed about the issues and the candidates. For additional nonpartisan information on the candidates and the ballot issues, go to vote411.org, the League's voter resource guide, which covers local, state, and federal candidates, as well as current proposals that will appear on your ballot. As a reminder, all registered voters are able to cast an absentee ballot. With the challenges that have been created by COVID-19 and confusion regarding registration and voting procedures, the League encourages you to vote as soon as possible after you feel knowledgeable about the candidates and ballot issues. But the most important thing is to make sure that you vote in the November 3rd general election. Good evening.